Once, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there lived an old farmer who had 4 sons. The farmer had spent his life tending to his land, working from dawn till dusk to cultivate crops and nurture the earth. But his sons, strong and capable young men, were the laziest souls in the village. They spent their days lounging under the shade of trees, napping in the barn, or making excuses to avoid even the simplest chores. "Work is for fools," the eldest son would say, stretching out on a hammock. "Luck will provide for us." The other 3 would nod in agreement, tossing pebbles into the pond, waiting for fortune to drop from the sky. As time passed, the old man grew frail. His hands, once calloused from years of labor, trembled with age. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, he collapsed in his fields. The village healer shook her head gravely. "His time is near," she whispered. Lying in bed, the old man fretted over his son's future. "If they do not learn the value of hard work," he thought, "they will lose everything I have built." Summoning his last strength, he called his sons to his bedside. They shuffled in, yawning, barely paying attention. "My sons," the old man wheezed, "I have hidden a great treasure on our land, a chest filled with gold coins and precious gems. It is yours to share, if you can find it." The sons' eyes widened. Gold, gems. Their laziness melted away in an instant. "Where is it buried, father?" the youngest demanded. The old man sighed, his voice weak. I cannot remember the exact spot. My mind is not what it once was, but I know it lies somewhere in our fields." The brothers exchanged glances. A treasure, just waiting to be dug up. Days later, their father passed away. Instead of mourning, the sons grabbed shovels and rushed to the fields, their greed overpowering their laziness. At first, they dug half-heartedly, expecting the treasure to surface quickly. But as hours turned into days, their efforts grew desperate. They overturned every inch of soil, sweat pouring down their faces, their hands blistered and sore. "No treasure here," the second son groaned, tossing his shovel aside. But the eldest, squinting at the land, noticed something odd. One patch of earth was darker, damper than the rest. "There," he declared. "That must be the spot." They dug deeper and deeper, until suddenly water gushed from the ground, soaking them to the bone. "Ugh, just our luck," the third son spat, wiping mud from his face. A traveling merchant, passing by, paused to watch the commotion. "What are you fools doing?" he asked. "Searching for our father's treasure," the youngest muttered. The merchant laughed. "Treasure? You've just struck water. This land is fertile, perfect for farming." The brothers looked at each other. Farming, hard work. But with no treasure in sight, they had no choice. Following the merchant's advice, they planted seeds, tomatoes, carrots, pumpkins, and tended to them daily. To their amazement, the crops flourished. The soil, enriched by their digging and watered by the spring they'd uncovered, yielded the finest produce in the region. Soon, their market stall overflowed with plump vegetables. Villagers flocked to buy them, and coins clinked into their purses. One evening, as they counted their earnings, the eldest son suddenly gasped. "The treasure! Father's treasure!" The others stared. "Don't you see?" he said, holding up a gleaming gold coin. "The real treasure wasn't buried in the ground. It was the value of our own labor." The brothers fell silent, realizing the wisdom in their father's trick. From that day on, They worked tirelessly, transforming their land into the most prosperous farm in the valley. And whenever they saw someone lazing about, hoping for luck to save them, they would smile and say, "Moral: don't dig for treasure, plant it instead. For hard work always pays."